second place last week.
Maybe, but you would never know this if you weren't watching the stream last week, huh? All you people in the chat right now that were paying attention last week, you might be able to recall Attero and his success last week.
Attero actually taking some games off some great players and then finally falling, what was it, 3-1 to Violet in the finals last week. So we're going to see if he decides to bring it back. Not happy with that second place, going for first. And this is going to be a little bit of a Terran versus Protoss here on Tal'Darim Altar.
The big, huge, giant MLG Tal'Darim Altar map. We love this map because every matchup takes 45 minutes to freaking figure out!
Absolutely. You get those huge macro games on this match. And I'm kind of curious, this really early scout makes me feel like Attero might want to go for a Nexus first.
Interesting. Now, what would, I mean, is he looking for the far spawn then? Does he want cross spawns before he makes that decision?
He probably wants the cross spawn. Now, one of the things to worry about in this match is actually something Zerg usually worries about on this match. Because of that natural with the cliff at the bottom, Terran can actually siege up the natural if they do that 1-1-1 style, which is so powerful and so popular in Korea. We will have to see, though, of course, what our Terran player goes for. Looks like right now, just walling off that front and setting out a scout of his own.
All right, Scout's finally going to leave the Terran base here as we see the unlucky scouting by Attero is going to cause him to find his opponent later than he likes. Probably the reason why there's a more normal build going on in his base right now.
And we do see that gateway and then that gas going down. As soon as the gateway finishes up, we should see a cybernetics core, or he might opt to expand after that point, but does not look like he has the mineral income to do so. So cybercore going down for Attero. Some pretty standard stuff out of both players right now. Actually, Tech Lab going down for is this ePGimix?
Gimmicks?
Gimmicks?
It's Gimmicks.
ePGimix. Okay.
I like it.
We'll go with Gimmicks.
Do we know this guy? Where's our little doc that we had with some info? Is that laying around anywhere?
I believe it is somewhere. I'm gonna find it. And
let's get some info on this cat. Can you Wikipedia this guy? I thought you were the encyclopedia of knowledge here, man. We need to upgrade you to Artosis level.
Artosis level?
How many millennia of experience does it take for you to be able to match Artosis?
It's actually not that much. It's just being a nerd and being a vegetarian at the same time. And unfortunately, I really like eating steak.
All right, we're going to get pretty exciting here right off the bat. As Gimmicks, he apparently heard you, and he's pissed off because now he's going to bring some harass so that you always remember his name.
Absolutely. So it looks like he is jumping straight up into that base. Looks like a pretty standard Reaper expand out of him. And he's going to do a little bit of probe harass here, and without a Stalker out in the main, this Reaper could actually do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, these guys are great against the probes. Look at this. Ooh, and the Stalker finally makes it out, and that's going to effectively quell the initial threat. We'll see if the second Reaper is going to do much more than scout there. Look at that.
Misses the probe right there. Maybe they were buddies. Oh, no, he does turn around. He does see it.
He's like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You're not on my team.
All right, 2 Stalkers out here in Attero's base is going to pretty much lock that one down to any threat. We can see the command center about 3/4 of the way done here, and some additional building-type buildings coming up here.
A couple barracks going down there for, of course, gimmicks. And actually, looking at the information I have on the players, I actually don't have info on gimmicks.
Is he a late ad? Was gimmicks a late ad tonight?
I'm not sure. I've got some info on our
Dark Horse alert.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this definitely could be.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and it looks like we're seeing a little bit of latency out of gimmicks.
No, Dark Horse! No, Dark Horse! Don't go! Please don't go. We will look up some information on you so you don't leave.
His little brother in the background downloading some pornography, probably causing the latency on his game.
Bobby! Turn off your horse board!
And that, guys, is what happens when you don't properly control your younger siblings.
Oh, man. When is he going to learn that it's not about the horse part, it's actually about the Arabian racehorse part?
Ooh, I actually didn't know that existed, but
Well,
I guess Rule 34.
You know, there's actually Clydesdale stuff out there, but I tend to stay away from that. It gets a little too gonzo for me, but I'm down with the Arabian racehorse stuff. It's good. Yeah, they're smaller, you know, it's not so intimidating.
Absolutely. Looks like the orbital coming down from Gimmicks now, and he's added on a few more barracks with the Marines, and look at this, adding on that engineering bay. Now, this is kind of an interesting choice. He's getting a missile turret, and he really hasn't scouted anything that would require him to do that. So, on one hand, you can say this is safe play, and on the other hand, you can say he should have just scouted better and maybe cut that step out of his build, further optimized.
I like that.
So I guess there's two ways to look at this, but getting an immortal out again. I mean, this immortal is kind of a blind immortal.
Oh,
so
there's two. Look at that.
but look at this. This looks very very like Huck or Hero-esque, doing this little kind of a push off 3 gates with the robo up and a couple of immortals. Immortals actually do fantastic damage, but not against that many Marines.
You know, I think they're going to do pretty good in this configuration here, unless we see some more Marauders showing up. This bunker is going to be pretty easy pickings for the force that we see right here so far. We'll see what kind of units get added as the Observer is going to make its way over and take a peek before anything else happens. What would you say is the, I mean, if you were to predict something, who's going to take a third first in this situation here?
I mean, Protoss, I feel like the pressure is on Protoss to take the third. Terran units, especially once you get medevacs on the field, are so cost effective that Protoss really kind of is in a situation in the metagame, at least today, where they almost need to be up a base to really hold their own. But look at this. We've got a little bit of a sandwich attack here and some great force fields going out. He should be able to take out that bunker if he target fires it. No, taking out those Marauders first. Bunker finally goes down. SCV's being pulled, and a lot of damage dealt here by Attero. That was a great attack out of him. He just needs to not lose these immortals. Some more stalkers from the back. And wow, that was a fantastic attack.
Well, this is a lot like something we saw from Attero last week as well. He likes this 2 immortal timing here. He actually shows up with more stalkers usually when he does this, but you can see just how impotent all those Marines were. And coming out, Marauders to try to answer these 2 immortals, but these 2 caps right here are going to tell the tale for the Protoss.
As long as he can protect those immortals with his zealots and his stalkers, he should be able to just straight up push into the base. I mean, look at this. Gimmicks has already lost that command center, lost a huge investment in economy for absolutely nothing.
All right. Another forward pylon going up here is going to add to Attero's ability to harass here. He's doing an excellent job of sucking up plenty of APM from Gimmicks. Gimmicks going to go ahead and make the push with the stim. He focuses down one of the immortals. He's trying to get the second. It goes down, and things get much better for the Terran in this situation.
Absolutely. I mean, taking out those immortals takes away the ability for Attero really to put pressure on those Marauder numbers. But look at this. Attero still on his 3 gates, still macroing aggressively. He's got that Observer in there, so he knows exactly what he's got. And the supply block goes down on Gimmicks. He will need to build, you know, plenty of additional supply depots, actually almost double in the red supply.
Yeah, that's going to take quite a bit of building to even get it to a point where he can produce at this point. So we see Attero trying to execute the old-fashioned choke out here on the Terran. Let's see what kind of force fields he can bring out as the Zealots are doing plenty of DPS and tanking up front. Lots of Terran units going down right now, and Protoss playing it very safe, getting the numbers down, just slicing off a few and taking off for a second. Coming back, poking away.
And Attero, it looks like, continuing to warp in Zealots and Stalkers, the big money unit. Takes out the Tech Lab. That is a huge win for him as well, as it was upgrading Stim. Or I'm sorry, Concussive Shell. and continue to push on in. There's 2 medevacs out, which greatly increases the lifespan of those units, but I do not think it will be enough.
Yeah, this is only a matter of time here. As you can see, Attero with double the supply as Gimmicks right now, 98 to 52. He's playing with his food, ladies and gents, and it's only a matter of time before he just pushes attack move and goes back to his base. Looks like it's going to be pretty soon as the Terran pulls all SCVs out, and this is it, ladies and gents. Let's see if he can defend. No, he's not going to, brother, and this one's going down soon.
And the GG out of Gimmicks. We will be jumping into game 2. Attero with some dominating play in that game. We'll see if he can